single responsibility principle. So the single responsibility principle, what is the meaning of single responsibility principle? So I will tell you that a definition would be like a class should have only one reason to change, meaning it should have only one responsibility or job. So that means if I create a class, so those class have only one particular job, that what we are creating for it. Okay, and so like I want to explain you in the detail that each class or module should focus on a single part of the functionality provided by the software and encapsulate it. This make the code easier to maintain and modify without affecting other parts of program. Like I want to give you the example. Let's suppose that a class that handle a file operations should not be responsible for phrasing the file content. Instead, there should be the two separate class. One is for handling file operations, example file manager, and another is for phrasing like file phraser. So the meaning of this single responsibility principle, that only one class should have the single responsibility, so it will be easy to, if want to modify it, so it will be easy for the developer also. And O, yes, O, so O stand for open or close principle. So like software entities like classes, modules, function, etc. should be open for extension but closed for modification. So like explanation I want to give, that you should be able to add new functionality to an existing module or class without changing its existing code. So this is often achieved through the interfaces or abstract classes. And let's suppose that example I want to tell you, that if you have a shape class and you can extend it by adding new shape like circle, rectangle without modifying the shape class itself. So the reason is that any shape class, if you want to add a new shape here, so you can create a like parent class, and inside those class you can create a uh, when you can create a circle class, new class, circle class, and you can extend those shape like, and you can do whatever you want to do. So that is the thing. Third one is L, SOLID. So L stand for Liskov substitution principle. So the definition of this is that object of a superclass should be replicable without objects of a subclass without affecting the correctness of the program. And the explanation will be like, if a class S is a subclass of the T, then object of the type T should be replaceable with object of the type S without altering any desirable property of the program. Example, let's suppose that you have a function that takes a bird object and penguin is a subclass of the bird. Substitution bird with penguin should not break the function. Assume that the penguin class follow the behavior definition by the bird class. Now we come to the next part, like I stand for the interface segregation principle. A client should not be forced to depend on the interface and it does not use. Explanation is that instead of a large all encompassing interface, create smaller, more specific interfaces. This allows clients to depend on only the interfaces that are relevant to them. So like, let's suppose the example I am telling you, that if you have an interface like vehicle and you that include method like start engine, stop engine, and fly, a car class should not implement fly. Instead split it into the two interfaces like car and airplane, two separate responsible. And fifth one is like dependency inversion principle. So the definition of this, that high level modules should not depend on the low level modules. Both should depend on abstraction. Abstraction should not depend on details. Details should not depend on abstraction. So like place. And that this principle aims to reduce the coupling between the different modules. High level modules should depend on the abstraction rather than concrete implementation. Example is that instead of a payment service classes depending directly on the PayPal payment processor class, it should depend on a iPayment processor interface. Then if any payment like processor like strip payment processor can use without changing the payment service. So this is the something like meaning of the solid. And now I want to tell you about the benefit of the solid principle. Improved maintainability, easier to understand and modify the code, greater flexibility, easier to extend and add new features, enhanced testability, easier to write unit tests due to the separation of concern, reduced coupling, loosely coupled classes and module make the system more robust to change. Yeah, so that's it about this particular video.